What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy CB, and we are back for another huddle watch along with a recruit. On today's episode, I have three-star receiver in the 2024 class from Newberry, David Schmidt. But before I bring him on, if you have not seen his film, one of the most dynamic receivers you will see from the slot and the outside. But what I love about him is his versatility. Like I said, he's got that ability to be dangerous from the slot or from outside. But as a returner with the ball in his hands, just an absolute weapon. Speed, quickness, agility, that burst. But the vision too is insane. But you don't want to hear me tell it. You want to hear him tell it. So without further ado, my guy, three-star receiver from
Oh,
Newberry, David, how's it going, Brody?
good man. How you doing? I'm real stoked to be on this. I'm real stoked.
Oh, not too bad at all. I'm doing good. Easily one of the players that when I first started doing this, I was like, all right, let's make a list. Got to get David
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Definitely. And then recently I was like, I've got too many receivers lately. Do I still ask him? I was like, no, I'm asking him. I don't care. Because your tape, watching your tape, seeing someone with that kind of versatility,
Yeah.
also a tough receiver. I love a tough receiver, and you're
Uh-huh.
tough after the catch. You do the dirty work in between the hashes, which I love. But
Mhm.
before we get into that, you're in the middle of your senior season.
Yeah.
For you, someone who was a key part of the offense last year, obviously a key part of the offense this year. I think it goes without saying it flows
Mhm.
through you at times.
Yeah.
How was it approaching this season a little bit different coming into your senior season? Was it a different mindset for you? Obviously, you were still a leader in the locker room
Yeah.
last year, but even
Uh-huh.
more so this year, being a veteran on the team. How was that coming into this year for you?
Always coming into your senior year, always looking at like, oh snap, this has gone by so fast. And your
Right?
last go around, you want to make it your best. And so it's not just me that can make my best, it's my team. So I got to lead my team as an example of I'm all for Newberry. I'm all for this team. Like I'm not for myself and for this team. I'm gonna do whatever I need to bring this team to the top. And with that mindset, it sort of trickles down to all the juniors and sophomores and freshmen of how hard you need to work and how much you need to put to the team to be successful. Because in all honesty, I could care less about my stats. I want a state championship, so I'm gonna do whatever it takes
I
to
love
get
it.
there, and that's just how you got to lead as a senior, especially. So yeah,
I love that, especially that ability to go, all right, I know I've been leading by example and vocally, but this year probably just need to make sure the younger guys understand the
yeah,
focus, right? Because
yeah.
you were the younger guy at one point. You were a
I
freshman,
was,
you were a
yeah,
sophomore. And when someone put that knowledge into your head, you were like, okay, let's go.
yeah,
So now it's you that has to reach down and go,
yeah.
hey, don't worry about that. Run that thing again at 3 yards. I know you were open last play. He gonna see you. Don't
Keep
worry.
doing it. Yeah, exactly.
Keep
Yeah.
keep in the receiver room because
Hmm.
when you're in a receiver room, obviously it's a group. We all want to see each other eat. When there's a screenplay called, we are all like, let's go,
Yeah,
let's block
yeah,
David about to score.
yeah.
But for the younger guys too, they need to know that it wasn't always easy. It takes the hard work because they see you and they
Hmm.
see halfway through the year 9 catches, not 9 TDs, 600 yards, punt return touchdowns. But they also have to understand that the focus and the work that goes into that. You did not
Yeah.
wake up one day and just become
Uh
who you are.
huh.
So I love that you have that wherewithal to go, all right, it's not just about me. I have to make sure I set a good example. If somebody wearing this six next year, it's not going to be you. But
Yeah.
that person needs to hold that standard. They need to
Yeah.
uphold that work ethic that you set. Who was it when you were an underclassman that you feel like helped you understand the game a bit more?
Yeah. I don't know if you know this guy. This guy named Quan Lee. So I used to go to Buholtz, and he was committed to Miami at one time. Then he decommitted, but he was just. I mean, when I was a freshman, he was a junior. I was a sophomore. He was a senior. And I mean, I played as a freshman and sophomore, so I was right behind him. And just
Nice.
watching his aggression, how much he loves the game, just really inspired me and showed me that this game isn't just a game. Like this is like you got to put everything into it. Like the blood, sweat, and tears has to be there. And I mean, I saw him succeed and immensely, and it's so cool to see how hard you work in the off season, how much you put in, and how much it just grows in the real season. So that was one guy that really did show me the ropes in football and in life, like just how you're supposed to look at things. Like football is such a great analogy for life. Like there's a
It
test,
is.
and it comes with all this working and working until you get to the test, and it's going to see how hard you work. That's going to be your answer. So So I really like how just the older guys, like especially right now, I'm an older guy, and these younger guys are looking up to me. So it's my job to really show them what football really means. So yeah.
I love that because, like you said, it is more than just a game. And if
Mhm.
you approach it as just a game, whatever you approach, what you put into it, that's what you'll get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you see football for more than just the X's and O's, when you see it as like you said, these are
Yeah.
life things. Like these are things I can take with me. This camaraderie, that that teamwork, working together to achieve one goal. That's a life
Mhm.
skill. That
Yeah.
works no matter where you clock in, whether that's putting on a football helmet, whether you're sitting in an office, you are going to have to work as a team to accomplish a
Yeah.
singular goal. So
You're
learning
right.
how to do that at a younger age gives you a leg up everywhere, honestly, in the classroom, that singular
Yeah.
focus,
Everything.
understanding that a goal needs to have tunnel vision on it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. That's
all
true.
the outside noise
Yep.
doesn't matter. I need to accomplish X, Y, and Z. How would you say if you could give a answer junior, sophomore David versus 2023 senior David, what's the biggest difference you think? If you could go back and look at your freshman or sophomore self, what's the biggest
Yeah.
difference as a player and as a leader?
So, the first thing I would say is it's for the team. You got to be for the team. So I would say as a freshman and sophomore, I so as a freshman, that was the year they implemented the 6 quarter rule where you could play some JV, some varsity. And so I would play 2 quarters on JV and have like 4 touchdowns in 2 quarters. And it was all about me. It was all about me. And but then when I go to varsity, it's like I'm on the field, I'm not getting anything. So it's all about the team. And there's sort of this very middle you have to find where you're able to grow through that. And I think looking at it, there's so much more ability when you're for the team, when you're trying to win, when you're trying to win. Because if you're trying to win, you're going to get those stats. You're going to get those touchdowns when you're trying to win because you're helping the team. But if you're only trying to do it for yourself, there's no way you're going to get all the stuff you need to help the team. It's just barely going to help you. So I think looking at that, it definitely is a maturity thing. Like through experience and maturity, I think that's definitely the biggest thing. But then also just the just the knowing that I have to work even harder. As like I've known to be a hard worker my whole life, like through everything. And I think something flipped a switch, like right going from sophomore year off season to junior year, a switch flipped in me like, dude, this is gonna be like I want to play college football. Like I want to play at the next level. Like I have to put everything I have into this. Like and really just giving God everything I have to where He can bless me down here. Like just give me the strength and the power to really exceed. So yeah.
Is that belief in yourself too,
Hmm.
right? When that
Yeah.
switch goes off, it's there is the I want to do this, and then there is the oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like you we talked about it beforehand. You guys play top flight competition in South
Yeah.
Florida. No disrespect to anyone else that plays high school football anywhere else. I know it's tough in different regions, but it's different down there. You you play ranked teams, but also you play unranked teams that it's their Super Bowl when they play Newberry.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that corner has your photo in his locker room all week
Mm,
because he's thinking, if
yeah.
I look good against him, somebody's gonna see me. So there
Okay.
is no plays off for you guys. We talked about it beforehand. You may have a matchup where it's a number 3 team in the state this week, and it's like, okay, gotta pack my lunch. And then next week, it's an unranked team that has 2 wins, but guess what? They are packing their lunch because their
Yeah.
coach is telling their locker room we beat
Yeah.
Newberry. It's a statement win for us. So
Yeah.
there are no days off. And then there's that, wait, I not just that this is my desire, this is my dream. There is that, hold on, like the game is slowing down for me. Like I
Yeah.
can do
That's
this.
good.
Like there is
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
stopping me
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
doing this. So you spoke about colleges. You know, I have to ask you. So you've been on campus at the U, met
Uh huh.
Cristobal.
Yeah.
What were your impressions of the staff and Coach Cristobal? We know he's one of the hardest working
Oh
gentlemen
yeah.
in college football, but you've got to see. So you took your visit before the season, and so you've got
Mm.
to hear him talk about what the team would look like, what the
Yeah.
offense would look like, his vision for the future. Talk to your relationship with him, what that visit was like, and then
Yeah.
how it's been seeing his vision play out.
Yeah. So I took 2 visits. So I went in March, just to like the end of March for just a spring practice and all that. And that was great. I mean, that really opened my eyes to what Miami has to offer and all the, there's just so much like drive in all these coaches to not just have the coaches be the best, but have the program rise up. And I really think like they've been telling me like, dude, this is gonna be our year. This is gonna be our year. This is our rebuilding year. Like, sure, everybody says it's our rebuilding year, but when you really see them build, like they're actually building, like that just shows like these guys are true to their word, and there's some people we can trust, and they're hard workers. Like they went out and go and got it. Like they didn't just look at it and talk about it. They went out and got it. And so that just sparked something in me like, dude, that's somewhere that I want to be. Like there's somewhere where I want to go and grab it. That's where I want to be around. And so with Coach Cristobal and Coach Beard, I mean, they just want the best for the players. They want the best for the program, the team. They want the best for everything. Like they're going to put themselves on the line so that their teammates, their people can be the best. And with Coach Cristobal, like he is one of the hardest recruiters. Like he is one of the hardest working guys. Like I mean, you see all these guys where you're getting like they're getting like it's just so evident that he's a hard worker, and he puts that along with all his coaching staff. You can really see just the hard work they have in each other, and even with Coach Beard, you know, I've developed a real close relationship with him. Like we're texting every week all the time, and you know, it's really cool to see how he's come from just being such a pivotal point in college as a receiver, and then coming up and really showing that as a coach, like that he did learn, that he
Awesome.
did show what it's like to be a college receiver, and he has that sort of mindset that we have right now, to where he was at that, he can show us what we need to do to get to the next step.
And that's important, right? Because when he's talking to you about your journey,
Hmm.
he's speaking from experience.
He's been
When
through
he's
it, yeah,
talking to you as a South Florida receiver, he's telling you, "I know what it's like. You got to go take that visit, and then you don't worry, go
yeah,
do that, and then come see us." He did that. That's why he's
yeah,
telling you, "Don't worry, go take that." I had to do that too. Oh, this camp didn't give you the invite. Don't worry about that. Go to this camp. Like it's the same
yeah,
kind of thing. But he can give you these insights because he's been there. And what you
hmm,
hear a lot from him from receivers is just that realness, that just that genuine honesty that he
yeah,
has. You hear a lot that he doesn't really
hmm,
recruit you, more so that he builds a relationship with
yeah,
you.
that's good,
So
yeah,
from a receiver, how that has to be just reassuring, right? When you do talk to Coach Kevin Beard, you've obviously seen his offense or his receivers work some this year, but
yeah,
just as Coach Kevin Beard alone, that relationship, speak to how important it is to feel that trust, not just in a guy that's recruiting you, but he would obviously be your receiver coach as well, and being able to not just hear his advice, but understand that his advice comes from a place of love. It comes from
yeah.
a place of just wanting you to be better. What's that relationship like with Coach KB?
So, so with Coach Beard, like when I first met him back in March, like there was something where I just saw him and I was like, this guy is different from all the other receiver coaches I've met, and it's just so cool to see someone that's obviously he's been through it and he's been all the way through it, and that relationship it's so pivotal because obviously if I go to Miami, he's gonna be the guy I look up to. He's gonna be the guy that's always he's gonna be all my buddies. Gonna be texting me every day, keeping up with me, and I'm gonna be around him all the time. And so I like what you said. He's not just recruiting; he's building relationship. I really do agree with that. Like he's not just sending me these edits saying, "Oh yeah, come down to the game. We'll get some pictures with you and all that." No, he's like texting me, "Man, how's your week going?" He's texting me, "Dude, how's the game? How are you feeling? You hurt? How are you feeling?" And it's really cool to see that he really wants a relationship with you. And I think that's why. I mean, that's why Cristobal brought him in. Like he wants the relationship, and it's so cool just to feel that relationship and have that with him. So yeah, he's definitely a
It's
big
it's that
part.
genuineness, right? You can
Yeah.
tell when
Mhm.
someone's talking to you, but it's not genuine.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
talk to the receivers that he talks to a recruit, and it's the same message. It's exactly what you just said. It's like, well, yeah, we text all the time, but it's like, how's that relationship going? Like,
Yeah.
how's
Yeah.
that class going? Remember you
Yeah.
said that teacher was tough? Like, are they
Yeah.
nicer to you now? Like, it's he really does care
Hmm.
about the student athletes that he's in charge of recruiting. You can tell that
Hmm.
whether they choose Miami or not, he puts that same effort into every single
Yeah.
one of them. And I think that's why young men like you appreciate him, because there's no strings attached with the
Yeah.
conversations he
That's
gives you.
true.
It's
Yeah.
just, hey, this is the time that I talk to David every day. Let me check in
Hmm.
with David, see how he's doing.
Yeah.
I know he got lunch this period. Let me text him. Like it's that care that he puts
Hmm.
into each one of you. which
Yeah.
is why I think he's going to be and is already a successful coach. But I always
Hmm.
ask receivers that because you did it, Kobe did it, you guys all light up. The second someone goes Coach Kevin Beard, your
Yeah.
face changes
Yeah.
because it's like someone mentioned a friend to you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're doing it now, so you can see it's like
Uh,
someone mentioned your homeboy. You're like, oh yeah, that's bro. Like
yeah.
it's so cool just to see. Like Vernell Brown put it
Yeah.
great.
We're real
He
good friends
said
with her now.
he
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
he didn't want anything from you when he talks to you. He just
Hmm.
wants your friendship. When he just it's not like, hey, how's today going? By the way, you committing? No, it's how's today going? Oh,
Yeah.
that's better. Good. Because remember
Yeah.
yesterday you said, you were struggling there. I'm glad to see you doing better.
Yeah.
I like that you guys you guys get to see the man too. A
Yeah.
lot of times when someone's recruiting or someone wants something from you, there's that idea of when I actually commit, how's he going to be? Right. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
if when he gets off the phone with me, is he the same with everybody? Do some people just get a when are you coming down text? But
Hmm.
from 5-star to unranked, Coach Kevin Beard is the same dude.
Yeah.
And to me, as someone from the outside looking in, I just appreciate that. So I like to
Yeah.
ask, hey, how is everyone's relationship different? And it's hilarious because none of them are different.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
literally is the same guy across the board. And you hear the same about Cristobal, where you walk into that building, and if it's someone he's recruiting, you get his undivided attention, you get his
Hmm.
respect. I
Yeah.
love that about this staff. And let me
Yeah.
tell y'all why he gets their undivided attention and respect. It's because this boy bad on the field. Leader in the locker room, we all know that. Absolutely wicked with the ball in his hands, though. If you have not seen his film, you are in for a treat. So the way he broke this down, I love it. So we're gonna start with probably what is your favorite part of your game? Because I was thinking about this before we recorded. I was like, I don't know if I think he's just like an elite returner, and that's my favorite part. But then again, the ball in your hands, you do this stutter step sometimes. It's like a
Hmm.
hesitation move that you do.
Yeah.
It freezes defenders. So after the
Yeah.
catch, I'm like, okay, that's where to me special. But for you, what is your favorite part of your game?
So I think my favorite part, it's weird to say, but my favorite part is just catching the ball. That's like so like satisfying to me. Just like looking the ball in and taking it in. That's just so satisfying. I love catching the ball. But then also, I like seeing. So whenever I'm like returning a kick, or if I have a ball and there's not a lot of guys around me, I have a lot of room to make plays. I always look at it like a Madden kickoff return. Like there's so much room you can look at, and you just gotta pick a place you gotta go. And I love just like the ability to see and have vision of where everything's happening and like sort of that. I think that's my favorite part. Just the satisfaction of just looking straight and oh Sam, there's someone there. Let me look here. I'm going through there. And so
That is
yeah.
fascinating to hear because I was also going to ask, how does your vision work? Because, all right, y'all going to see this. So when you see him in the open field, the reason I asked how does his vision work is because once he gets daylight, and a lot of times you don't see the daylight that he sees. So he's got one of these returns where he literally reversed the entire field. And before it, I'm thinking, there's no way he saw that.
So
Like,
so on this play, dude, this guy freaking screwed it up. But all right. So on this play, so go back to the beginning. So pause it right here. At like right when I'm about to split the defenders. So if you look at it, um, yeah, like right around here, yeah. So like right there. So the reason I hit a little stutter step is because those two guys on my right, they were like in front of me, and I tried to make them think I was going to go back inside. So I hit it with a little short stutter step that I know wouldn't break my momentum, but would also slow them down. And so
that's
I
nasty,
wasn't thinking about
bro.
that. That's just like second nature, but that held up both of them because I was gonna.
Both of
I mean, I want to
them.
make it like that, but then I just took it forward, and then
That's
after that,
nasty. No wasted motion in that too. Because like you said, it's very easy to bog down when you attempt something
hmm
like that. Foot get caught in the ground, whatever it is.
yeah,
No wasted motion. That little stutter step right there, and he's not lying. You can see these two gentlemen get frozen just for a split second. Just for a second,
yeah,
gives him the perfect angle, and then we gone. But
and
with the
then one
ball
guy to
in your
beat. It was the
hands, it
punter.
seems like
Yeah,
everything is slower.
okay.
It, when do you feel like as a kick returner it got like this, where everyone else is not moving as fast in your head. It feels like guys are for you to be able to react in real time and go, all right, let me go through my bank of moves, start a step real
Yeah,
quick. That
yeah.
means the game is a little bit slower for you. When do you feel like it started to slow down for you in these kind of
So,
situations?
so if you pause it right here, like, so actually, I think the reason why that opened up, obviously, it was the blockers. I mean, those three guys blocking that made that open like the Red Sea. Like it, if you see number 20 on the right hit it, killed that guy. That's Ian Hubbard, best DB ever. This guy
Beast.
right here, he killed him. That's the reason I scored. That guy. I mean, it's all a team thing. I can't score kick return me versus 11. It's a team thing. You know, just like we were talking about before, like you have to have that example of it's for the team. Those guys got the example. It's for the team, and they blocked their butts off, and we got 7 points of that.
That is a
So
perfect screenshot of it too. Look at
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean,
That's hat on a hat. That's again what we talked about before. That's these three guys going, I'm not the king
yeah,
of this play. I'm the pawn of this
yeah,
play, but I'm gonna be the coldest pawn you ever saw on
yeah.
this play.
That's good. Yeah.
And
And
then
so
because they know
then
too,
all
hey, if he
then
got
all I
one
got to do
person
is
to
beat.
beat, David gonna
Oh,
beat one person. If we
yeah.
give him
So
one person, he gonna beat one person.
yeah. So then I got out and just ran. Yeah.
Just Jets after that too. And then so do you
Uh,
prefer one or the other? Is it punt return or kick return?
so, to be honest, I like kick return better because I'm catching it deep, and just like I said, I can see everything. As a punt, there's some risk with these gunners coming off and the snapper coming quick. But on this, I mean, I had so much space and just made a guy miss and just took it to the house.
I like to say you make one person miss on a play,
Yeah,
everyone else on your team loves you, right? Because they're like, hey,
yeah.
we can get 10. If you can just make one miss, I love that. But then you see again, your teammates in front of you
I mean, yeah, they're doing. I
trying to
mean,
get a hat on a hat.
number
Let's give
13,
him some
Wyatt Hester. I mean,
space.
yeah, these guys
And
right
then
here.
check your
Yeah, look
boy,
at that.
24, running
Yeah,
with you.
Harry DeBose. That guy is all for the team in everything he does.
We're talking about a young man looking for somebody to block. He got
Yeah,
hands
and
on
when
somebody,
you have
and
guys like
now
that,
he's
that's
looking for
yeah.
somebody to block.
I mean, when you have guys like that on your special teams, that's when you score 3 return touchdowns in 2 games. I mean, that's when it's going to happen. So
And then we hot stepped on him just a little bit.
it's a
Just
little
a
bit. I didn't
swag
get
on
that
him.
flag. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a
Yeah.
little bit of a hot step. But I love that. I love that camaraderie too. Deion Sanders used to always say
Uh
he would
huh.
go to his return team and tell him Louis bags or whatever for everybody
Yep.
every
Yep.
time I
We get
score.
everyone Chick-fil-A. We get everyone Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A chicken
Because it's
sandwiches.
not just you. Like you said, you
Yeah.
could be the coldest back there. Look, if everybody else Olay, it's David against 11 people
Yeah.
at this point. And
Hmm.
you could shake 5 or 6 of them, but eventually. So I love that understanding that the first time you had a big return, I'm like, all right, how'd this work for you? You were like, oh, it didn't work for me. Did you see the 3 guys that blocked?
Yeah.
That's why
Hmm.
it worked. I
Yeah.
love that you don't get you don't read your own clippings. Everything for you really is team. When you hear people say that, sometimes it's just coach speak. You say
Hmm.
that, and then we go to your very first highlight, and I'm like, bro, you killed this one. And you're like, no, not really. Pause it right here. These 3 guys blocked their
Yeah.
tails off, and they made it
Uh-huh.
easy for me.
Yeah.
I love that. Is this the one where you reverse the field? One of these here where
No, no,
is
no. It's a little later on. It's a little later
insane.
on.
This here, look at so the guts, the cojones, as they say. A lot of people gonna fair catch this.
Oh,
My
dude,
boy said
yeah.
no.
I was thinking about it, but I was just like, nah, I want to score.
And then, so this is that vision I'm talking about. Because essentially, if you look at this, if I print this out to somebody, they're going to say, oh, yeah, he's probably got 5 yards here or, 2 or 3
Yeah, because
yards
you got
and,
this guy coming
and went
down.
down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love this vision here to find space. That is something about your game. And then stopping on and down. That's Reggie Bush. That ability to find that space, accelerate, find the corner, first of all, to any return team. Don't let him get the corner because he's probably gone if he get the corner. But then this here, whoop, sir. So we just stopping on a dime full speed like Sonic the Hedgehog. And then what I love too is stop on a dime, make the back juke, foot in the ground, gone. there's no extra dancing.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah, like
just what
all
needs to
coaches
be
say when you get
done.
the ball, go north and south. And so, I mean, I
I
tried to get
love
north and
that.
south. Yeah,
It's
get the
it's a
ball,
little
make a
shimmy to
move,
make sure you can
north
get
and
out the
south.
wash, hit the open field. That guy needs his ankles broken, and then my foot's in the ground. No more dancing, straight to the end
Yeah,
zone.
yeah.
Now, what we saw the past couple plays, we see some energy out y'all on the field. Now, that's just
Uh
that South Florida in you. But I gotta
huh.
ask, when
Yeah.
you balling, when you having a game like this, a return for a touchdown, 9 catches, a buck 30, 2 touchdowns, are you talking on the field or are you a quiet kind of player?
Well, so against this team, this is Santa Fe. This is an in-town rival. So I've got friends all over the field, and
Ooh.
there was a play. Hey, I'll show you on one of these next touchdown catches. One of my best friends who's playing safety, I caught a little. You'll see it, and I hit him with a little emote. You'll see in a little bit, but it's just it's fun. I mean, sometimes I'm talking trash. Sometimes most of the time I let my game do is this play. Watch.
Nasty
Zoom
post.
in. Deuce. Hit him with a
I
little
love that
Tyreek Hill.
competitiveness though. So before this game, was the trash talking elite
Oh my
between you
gosh.
and your boy?
Not just before this game. I mean, since we got them on the schedule, it has been. Look, I hit him with a little corner out. Yeah, there. He's on his knees. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Hey, because we can be friends again after this game.
Yeah.
But my mission during this is to tear you up. And what another thing I love about your game is you work the middle of the field so well. Like a lot of
So
receivers
really,
do not
it's
really
all
love
about
that.
finding green grass. Like I really like hunting grass. Like I'm looking for it for space. I love doing that. There's another one.
Beautiful speed out here. Do you have a favorite route? Because that's another thing I
Corner.
like about the offense. It's not ABC. They don't send you on go routes 24/7. It ain't
Yeah.
hitch, slant, go. You guys, your receiver coach let y'all get nasty out there now.
Mm-hmm.
You have a favorite route because you do run a full route tree.
Yeah, I think my favorite route as a receiver is either a curl or a corner. Because on a curl, I mean, you're just able to if they're pressed, you can just throw by. If they're not, you're literally stopping on a dime so quick and coming out. But then I love a corner too, because it just relies solely on speed.
What I
And then
like
this one right here,
about those curls and those
yeah,
comebacks is once they know you've got the speed off the line, they have to bail.
yeah,
They have
yeah.
no choice.
It's all about making them think you're going deep.
And then once you drop them hips, come out your break,
Yeah.
boom.
And then so
See,
this
this is what
one,
I'm talking about. This is that
yeah.
finding grass. This is knowing how to
Uh-huh.
get
Yeah, yeah.
open, bending
So
this
this was
route,
like a
understand it.
read route. This was like a read. So you're trying to find space. So it was either a corner or post. I'm just finding space. So I just cut it short and I flattened it because that safety's high and I flatten it. He throws me a perfect ball in the end zone.
I love that. I absolutely love that. How much does your offensive coordinator give you that freedom to run a lot of these option routes?
Well, all four of us receivers, we've got great chemistry with our quarterback, and so it's like we have telepathy all game, and he just knows what we're going to do. And so our OC, like Travis McGriff, he gives us so much just leeway on what we can do because he knows that we're going to make plays, and I love doing that. So there's another corner.
Speak to how important that is, David. That relationship with your quarterback to where at
Yeah,
times it'll take a look, at times it'll take a you see this out here on me? Like I don't need to
yeah,
say it, right? You
yeah.
see one-on-one, he's pressing me. I don't care
Yeah,
what they
like
call it.
like
Like
there are times in the game. There are times in the game when it's one on one. He's pressed, and we look at each other and we just nod our heads because we know what we're doing.
and
Like,
you know.
and it's so good because that just makes everything so smooth. Like with all the receivers, the quarterback. I mean, also it brings up the morale in us because he wants us to score. We want him to score with all the receivers just because of. Here, watch this one right here. So
This
this is
this
just
play
a
design is
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So our offensive
You got a
coordinator.
couple of these in here where he designs for you coming out the slot like this with these natural rubs.
Uh huh.
I really like the way they design up your offense.
So our offensive coordinator, his name's Travis McGriff. He played at Florida when they won national championship, and he played it with the Broncos in the NFL for a couple years. And he just has compiled all the offense he's ever seen together and put them together. And this is why we're so lethal in offense, just because there's what we say is that whatever you're in, like whatever coverage you're in, we're going to beat you in it. Like you're wrong. Like
I love
whenever we
that.
have a corner or post, if they're going to go with the corner, we got to post on top of it, and you're wrong. So
I absolutely love that. I like that he has that confidence in you as well, in your entire receiver room, to say, like, let's let them make the decision. I know they'll make the decision. I've coached them up. I've given them the tools. Let them make the decision. This running to grass, understanding how to get
yeah.
open,
So
finding a window
on
for your
this,
quarterback. I love this.
yeah. So I see that backside safety dropping. So I know I got to come to where he's replacing. So that ref, I got to go right behind that ref. So if you watch that backside safety dropping, so he's dropping. There's space right there where that ref was. I just got to replace him, and that's where the ball is.
That is textbook. I love that football IQ, that understanding how to get open. Because obviously, Dave, you have the skills to get open on merit. You can foot fire off the line, get him off his train track, stick your foot in the ground. You know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's that on these plays like this, especially with zones. If you're not smart enough, you run straight into coverage,
Yeah, yeah,
or you
because
present yourself
essentially,
too early to
this
your
route,
quarterback.
this route was supposed to be a post, and if I run a post, I'm running into that backside safety, so I cut it short
One
into
hundred
more of an
percent.
in. And with the chemistry of the quarterback, I mean, he knows what I'm doing, so he just puts in the spot. I go out and get it, and
Protects you
Fredo,
too with the
yeah,
football, make sure that he puts
yeah,
the ball in a spot where you're not about to get leveled. But
uh
I
huh,
like that too. But a lot of receivers ain't gonna run this route like this, David. Let's be honest.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
There's a hit
they're,
coming, and you
yeah,
know it. When you flatten that thing out, you know it. I've just given him my back. He's coming downhill. But I like that ability to, all right, if I'm gonna take the hit, I might as well make the catch, right? I'm gonna
yeah,
get hit
exactly.
regardless. But the ability to bend this route off and to understand, yeah, this probably means that I'm taking a shot. However, it's 1st and 10 now.
Yeah.
That's what I meant when we first started, with that toughness in you, that you don't mind working in between the hashes. You don't mind taking a shot. The strong hands, the good hands, getting down, protecting yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that. A lot of receivers, they like working the middle. They don't necessarily like working the middle in prime linebacker territory.
Yeah.
That's prime linebacker territory. This workout the slot too is just nasty. That adjustment here too. Another thing too, hey, sometimes you got to bail him out, right? He gonna
Yeah.
drop dimes
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. That 10th time, you got to have his back.
Uh
That
huh.
adjustment sometimes for those bad throws are just off target throws.
Yeah, and
That's
I mean
everything.
that just comes down to our OC, Coach Travis. Like he trusts us, and that's when we got to make plays. When he trusts us with plays, we got to make them. Like it's our job. So when he throws
When that
me almost
number
out
is
of bounds, like
called,
exactly, yeah.
I think this is the play. Oh, I watched this like 8 times earlier. I absolutely love the way he schemes this up. The way he, of course, all
So
your receivers can
they're
get
running like
open.
a big cover three, and we're reading that backer. So that backer goes with the slant, then we're hitting the flat. If he goes with the flat, it's in the slant. So it's sort of a rub route, and I come off.
I love. Whoo! This is making people miss in a phone booth. So we just going to shatter some ankles real quick. I love that. That so obviously being from South Florida, you did play a little running back in Little League. Is that where you get that quickness in the open field?
So yeah, it comes with just experience and knowing that these guys like in high school, like these guys are wanting to kill you. They don't want to make a secure tackle. Like they want to kill you. So give them one way, and they're gonna try and dive for you. So
This is the play I was talking
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
earlier.
Oh, dude, I thought I was out. Ah,
I'm gonna let you do this.
all
Explain
right,
this to us.
all right. So it's kind of hard to explain. So it's really just me finding space. So I come off, go to the left. There's nobody there. I'm coming to the right. See this number three here? I try to stack him up straight. I tried to stack him up straight, but then he got outside. So I was like, oh snap, I gotta make a play. Oh, I see a cutback area. I'm like here, let me go straight. Nope, cut back, going all the way around. I've got one lead blocker up there. Hopefully he's gonna make a play. And I get horse collared.
If
I
you
mean,
don't get horse collared there,
dude, I'm out. If
You
yeah,
are gone
because I have a lead blocker in number 24, and
right
I know he's
here.
gonna kill somebody. So I would yeah.
You this is what I meant earlier when I said that vision, that ability to scan the field in real time. That's elite. Like I know to you it probably feels normal like while you're doing it, but I'm here to tell you that this is not normal, buddy. Like that your ability to be running full speed, have the game slow down for you to go for you to go, okay, not there, can't do that. Is there a cutback? Hey, there is. Ooh, I got a lead blocker. Like this is all happening in his head in real time.
Yeah.
That is special.
So this one, I mean,
Again
still,
here.
this was the first kickoff of the game, right back to kickoff classic. Oop.
Look,
So this,
ankles just get
I saw a guy outside, so
broken.
I straightened him up, got out, saw a guy coming, Oop. But
This you when at the next level, is that something that you're really looking forward to doing? Is
you
returning,
know,
is continuing returning?
so my whole high school career, I've always been a returner, but it's never really come to me. Like last year, I had some big returns. I didn't have any touchdowns and no return touchdowns last year. This year, in 2 games, I already have three. I already had three. So it was like, it's so much more fun when you're more aggressive to punt returns and kick returns. And so when I'm trying to make stuff happen, like stuff's gonna happen. So
Tu-
yeah,
you know what's happening, right? All
yeah.
right, what happened here? What
All
was
right,
this? Was
so
this something you could not wait for them to call?
yeah, so we just had this in the pocket. And we knew we were gonna play it. So if you go back, the kicker is he was supposed to go outside there, like to the left, and I was supposed to just give a little throwback and throw it to him, which that's what I was looking for because we practiced that in practice. So he's over there. Oh snap, he's covered, and
Great
so I'm
job
like,
by the
oh
defense picking up the
yeah,
kicker there.
and so I see one guy
All
open
right,
and
Patrick
just.
Mahomes. That's what we doing. We looking like Bryce Young out here.
So my whole life I played baseball. I was a catcher and a shortstop. So this is give credit to
Okay.
my shortstopness. And I throw it.
When I
It
saw this
literally it was
I
like
was like, go
yeah,
ahead, boy.
threaded the needle between like three people. It was yeah.
How
That
hype was the
that
sideline
was
after
so fun,
this?
dude. I love that. Yeah,
I know the whole sideline was hype after this.
all going crazy, dude. Yeah,
That had to look, bro. You know well enough to know how hard that throw is. You've been on the other side of
yeah,
this. You
yeah.
know how
I
hard
mean,
that
I
throw
give
is.
credit to the guy who caught it, Logan McLeod. Like his like what's the word? Just
Just
knowing that I gotta wait for it, I gotta wait, and it's anticipation on oh snap, this is gonna come, and I've got to focus. And I mean, credit to him. That's a great catch.
I am pausing this because this is my favorite thing ever, bro. To young receivers out there, speak to how important it is not just to be good at blocking, but to take pride in your blocking.
So it really comes with like the love for your team. Like, dude, I want my running back to score so bad. I'm willing to put my body on the line and throw a guy for him to go score. Like
I love
that's
that.
just and it just comes with like just looking up to guys like oh snap as an underclassman, oh these guys are blocking, they want their team to score, they want their guys to score. Now I'm an upperclassman, I want my guys to score, so I got to do what I can do.
And what I love too about it is you get after it as a blocker. You ain't just putting your body in front of somebody.
Yeah.
This is a championship rep for you. You take this as serious as you do running a speed out.
Hmm.
That part of it I love because, like you said, there are other receivers in that room, right? And when they see you giving this kind of effort, when the underclassmen see you blocking like that, you know what's gonna happen next year? That next young man wearing 6, hey, I gotta block because David did. And
Yeah.
if this is how he was successful, if this was the standard he set, I can't be nothing less than that. I
Yeah.
have to up it. You saw
Yeah.
upperclassmen putting in that work, and you said, I gotta not just continue that tradition, but up that standard. So when they're
Hmm.
seeing that, they're thinking, man, how do I get Coach Kevin Beard to talk to me? Well, you got to do the little things right. David
Yeah.
always did the little things right.
I mean,
Man, how do
Coach
I get to
Kevin
take
Beard,
these visits?
he does the little things right. Like you got to do It's not
You
just the
you
big things.
have to.
It's not just those kick return touchdowns or those big catches on big third down and tens. It's those blocking on 1st and 10 when it's a power to the right and your guy's the one that can make the play. You got to put him in the dirt and make a way for your running back to get the first down. So it really comes with putting the team first. I wish I learned this earlier. I wish I learned this my freshman sophomore year. But blocking is, I mean, like I said, I heard this saying like receivers are offensive linemen that catch the ball sometimes. So it comes with our job of blocking. Like it's the offensive
Yep.
lineman job to block. So when we're not catching the ball, it's our job to block. Like on that last blocking clip, like I have a route. Like I'm expecting the ball, and then our quarterback just takes off. So I got to kill somebody because I want him to go get yards.
You got to
So
do what
it
you got to
really comes
do.
with wanting your players to get the most out of everything.
That goes back to what we started this with. Accomplishing a goal as a team. It takes all 11. One person taking that play off. Now you may think I'm on the outside. This don't matter. Now what happens on that kick return when somebody like you reverses field and somebody on that other side is lollygagging because David wasn't coming this way.
Yeah,
Now he's coming
yeah,
this way,
yeah.
and that shoestring tackle, that one person could have been prevented. That's that holding yourself accountable. If
Mhm.
all 11 holds themselves accountable, there is nothing you can't achieve. Not saying you're going to win every game by 50, but I guarantee you're going to fight through every game. I
Yeah.
guarantee you when you're down by 7, there isn't going to be heads down. Body language won't be bad because
Yeah.
each one of you guys is holding yourselves accountable. Y'all are
Hmm.
all taking this personal to the point where, all right, it's veered left. This is a pitch to the left. All right, if all 11 of us say that he's scoring because of me, I'm about to have the block
Yeah.
where he's scoring. There is no limit to success when a team has that singular drive. So like real quick, I have to ask, shout out your head coach and some of those coaches at Newberry because that team mentality, the way
Yeah.
you speak about your team, your locker room. We talking about a kick return. You're like, oh, that's my boy 24. Watch him block. Like
Hmm.
the way you speak about the passion you have, not just for the game, but for everyone else in your locker room, that's just next level. So
Yeah.
give your coaches a shout out because clearly
Yeah.
they instill that in you guys, and I love that.
Yeah, like living in a small town. Newberry is a small town. I don't live in Newberry. I live a little outside of it, but Newberry is a small town. In a small town, there's a big family atmosphere. And, I love that so much. And that was one of the big reasons I came over here is because everybody loves everybody and everyone's the best. And so even with the coaches, like the coaches, everybody like wants the best for Newberry, and that comes with everybody wanting the best for the coaches, for the players, for the team moms, for the people that do pregame meal, for everything. It's all a family
Everybody.
atmosphere, and everybody wants it. Like at our games on Friday nights, like the whole town comes out and it's packed,
Oh, that's
and
so dope.
it really just puts the family together and it keeps us together. That's why in big games like against Calvary Christian, like it comes down to the last second when everyone's in it, everyone's heart is on the field, and we're gonna leave everything. So when that ball is snapped and I'm holding it down for the kick, like I trust my brother that he's gonna kick. I trust the snapper; he's gonna snap me a good ball. And I trust that our coaches have trust in us to where he knows that we're gonna make the play.
Dude, that camaraderie y'all have, it's something that every locker room strives to get, right? You've
Yeah,
been in plenty of locker rooms,
yeah, yeah,
whether that's in high school now, intermediate, 7-on-7. It's
mm,
always preached. It's hard to actually accomplish because you
yeah,
do need everyone to buy in. That one bad apple will spoil that whole bushel.
yeah. You're
So
right.
you do need everybody to buy in. But when you do get everybody buying in, it's special because then there's
Yeah,
nothing you can't overcome. When the adversity happens, you just look to your left to your brother and you go, we got this, right?
yeah,
We're not
yeah,
questioning any
yeah,
of this, right? Like
yeah.
we're good, right? So this is just one. We're bound in next week. We're coming back strong. I love that because football is so much about the team. It is about sometimes the individual. Like when they throw that swing to you, at this point now it's on David. We got to make a couple dudes
Hmm.
miss. But to get that swing pass to you, like you said, snap from the center got to be good. You know what I mean? Play design got to be
Everything.
right.
Yeah.
Quarterback got to make the right decision. Your other receiver in front of you needs to hold up his block. There's so much that goes into, hey, David had a 70-yard touchdown. But there's so much that went into that. Just the fact that you approach the game with understanding, Matt, already.
Hmm.
Look, whatever school gets you at the next level is getting a winner. not just on the field, but up here too.
Yeah.
That ability, bro, to be the star of the team and not put yourself first that's elite. When we talk about elite players, it's elite on the field and off of it. You
Yeah.
win with
Yeah.
those kind of players. You
Mhm.
give somebody 10 Davids in a locker room, they can win a championship. Because that singular drive, that mindset, because that 10 will turn into 20, it'll turn into 30, because
Yeah.
people are going to want to follow that. That
Mhm.
a lot of times leading is that simple. It's doing the right things the right way all the time, and
Yeah.
guys will
You're right.
see it. The ones who don't weed themselves out, and the ones who do, they up their game. Like sometimes you don't even realize it. You ball and get somebody else a scholarship.
Yeah, that's
Somebody that
true.
maybe never had a chance to go D1. And maybe it's not a big D1 school, but now his college is being paid for. Now he's getting to live out his dream. Why?
Yeah.
Because 6 was balling, and I came to see 6, but man, 24 was blocking his tail off. Who's 24?
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
talk to you,
That's
and you
true.
go, "Oh yeah, so him. Go talk to him right after you
Yeah.
talk to me." So in your journey, you're pulling other people along with you, whether you realize it or not. So
Yeah.
continue that mindset that you have for the game, that passion, bro. No matter where you go, no matter what you do in life, you are going to be successful because of the way you approach not just football, but the way you approach life. I absolutely love that. And I had to give that shout out because
Yeah.
that is
Thank you.
special, man. Sometimes that light doesn't go off for us until we're older. For many people watching in their 20s and 30s, they understand what I'm saying right now because they're thinking, man, I was 27 before I realized that like it wasn't all about me, that I needed to get this expense report done because the salesman also needs it and the HR lady and it's a team no matter if you're in an office or in a football field. Something
Mhm.
you do affects someone else. So
That's
do
good.
your
Yeah.
job right and everyone else's job will take care of it. Bro,
True.
I am absolutely honored you came on. I had
Yes,
a
sir. Yeah.
blast.
I really appreciate
So
you
this
having me
was
on here
just his
again.
mid-season film, everyone. When this season is over, when you juke 100 more people, we are coming back so we can
Yes.
watch the full season, so we can recap the full season
Mhm.
because it's already been a highlight reel. Everyone's going to ask me, am I having you back? Don't ask me. Yes, he will be back on at the end of the year when he gets his full tape so we can
Will
watch
do.
the full season. But before
Yeah.
then, let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep up with you. When he does play, usually he'll tweet out before his games. I always retweet it. Pay
Mhm.
attention to that because you're gonna want to watch new. It's not just him. He got dudes on the defense. That's insane. I've done
Yeah.
like evals for some of your defensive linemen.
Mhm.
Hey,
Yeah.
Wiggins, the team itself,
Yeah.
it's you've got a legit
Yeah.
team over there. So you're gonna want to keep up with him. So let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. So on Twitter, it's David the Future One. And then Instagram is David N Schmidt. So yeah, just follow up. You know, man, I really appreciate you having me on here, man. It really means a lot,
I
and just
appreciate you for
all those things
coming
you're saying
on.
about me, it really fills me up. You know, thank you for saying all those things, and it really is all
It's
about the
look,
family. I really didn't need to hear that, man. It's all about the family.
David, this is the work you put in. I'm just telling you the fruits of your labor. These are things that we all see. I guarantee you people watching this are saying the same thing. This the work you put in got you everything I'm saying here. These nothing I said is baseless. We
Yeah.
started this out talking about you and you pivoted it instantly. I was like, man, that kick return was crazy. Yeah, pause this real quick. You see my three guys blocking? I'm like, all right, I can't, but that's what I mean by it's instinctual to you at this point. It's you're not trying to be a good teammate. You are a good teammate.
Yeah.
That I absolutely love that because, like I said, no matter what locker room you go in, I don't care if that's Miami, the Hurricanes, the Dolphins, the Commanders, wherever you play football, whatever jersey you put on, you are going to be successful at it, bro. That
Thank you,
that
man.
that mindset, that passion for the game, that alone, you are going to be successful. And
Yeah.
we are
Thank
all
you.
going to be here for it. Trust me when I tell you that. No
Yeah.
matter who signed you, we are all pulling up for it for the rest of this year. I cannot wait to see what the rest of this thing looks like because I know it's going to
Yeah.
continue to be a movie and I'm pulling up for it. So thank you
Yes,
so much
sir.
for coming on. We will run this back at the end of the year. Go
Yeah, for
follow
sure.
David right now. If you are not familiar with his game and your jaw is dropped right now, like I would imagine it is, go follow him because you're going to want to keep up with the rest of his year. I will make sure that if he does stream any games, if any of y'all's games are streamed, send me the link. I'll
Yeah, I
tweet
got
it
you.
out. This way y'all can keep up with him.
Got you.
Obviously, want you to come to the crib. We know that. We will have those
Yes, sir.
conversations, hopefully. But no matter where you land, hopefully with us, no matter where you land, you are going to be successful. And I'm happy that I got to watch this part of your journey, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. Go follow David now. Click off the video. This is no longer about the video. Go follow him right now.
Mm-hmm.
We out.